This is another one of those John Lippy already did it videos. This week, Donald Trump announced the U.S. Space Forces, and I had made a video back in, let's see, I think it's 2015, January 2015, so that's almost 2014, like barely into the year 2015, so this is over 3 years old. It's called Space Forces, mentioned in the PNAC document. And I can't imagine what it must be like for people that just heard about the U.S. Space Forces, seeing this published in January 2015. It must be really strange. So there's this video, and a lot of the articles that I have in this video have been heavily modified since I made the video. So anyway, I just wanted to direct your attention to watch this video. I'll put a link in the description below. Maybe I'll even play it in this video. Nah, just go ahead. Yeah, I'll play it in this video. Save you guys some time. So let's see what we got. There is a famous document that conspiracy theorists love to quote, and it's the PNAC Rebuilding America's Defense document. It was the blueprint for the past 15 years. Besides the prediction of 9/11, one of the things that interested me was where they described creating the United States Space Forces to control the space commons. It's 15 years later now, and I decided to check out if it's been created yet. It has. In fact, it was already in place long before the year 2000. Here are some of the quick leads that you can continue your own research on. U.S. STRATCOM, aka Strategic Command, combines synergy of the U.S. Legacy Nuclear Command and Control Mission with responsibility for space operations, global strike, global missile defense, and global command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, and combating weapons of mass destruction. This is like the science fiction films in real life. They deal with every scary imaginable threat possible. In 2002, they merged with the United States Space Command, aka U.S. SPACECOM. U.S. SPACECOM. Whoa. U.S. SPACECOM was created in 1985 to help institutionalize the use of outer space by the U.S. Armed Forces. The Joint Functional Component Command for Space has a mission statement to ensure our freedom of action in space while preventing adversary use of space against us. JFCC Space's responsibilities include the United States Space Surveillance Network. What? The United States Space Surveillance Network? They detect, track, catalog, and identify artificial objects orbiting Earth. Artificial objects orbiting Earth. There is also an Air Force Space Command, AFSPC. Their mission is to provide resilient and cost-effective space and cyberspace capabilities for the joint force and the nation. AFSPC claims its activities make space reliable to United States warfighters by assuring their access to space. They're not going to let Jabba the Hutt stop the trade route. And then there's the alleged STARCOM. It was a cartoon in 1987. But, most of those cartoons I watched in the 80s, they were all based on something. Talking about space is always fun. It's nice to know the U.S. takes protecting space seriously. I wonder what some of the stories of SDI, Strategic Defense Initiative, aka Star Wars, were. I did see Michio Kaku said on a Discovery Channel show about teleportation that they had, one of the communication methods they had was X-ray, and that X-ray's bandwidth was so large they could transmit gigantic amounts of data. Another thing I saw in the document was race-based bioweapons. And last year, Dan Brown made the book Inferno, which had the same exact topic. All right, so one of the things I noticed there was that Michio Kaku thing I talked about. I guess I was trying to be polite, but he was talking about teleporting people using X-ray. How that works, I don't know. I just said large amounts of data back then, but I clearly heard him say you could teleport people. And then also that last part there. Oh yeah. Okay, watch this. All right, this little symbol here, It kind of looks like, I mean, this looks identical to Westworld, the maze, right? So I'm glad I made this video. A lot of the videos on my channel I make because stuff falls down the memory hole. Or, you know, basically now people have been given permission by the media to talk about the Space Forces. I'm showing you what was out here in 2015. And when I used to tell people about this, even long before I made this video, I make a lot of videos so I could just stop talking about them to people. Because if it's not on TV, people think I'm nuts when I talk about them. And so I tell people about the U.S. Space Forces, and they just stare at me blankly. Oh, you know what? There's another video I talk about the U.S. Space Forces on my channel. Watch this. I'm going to put both of these links. I'm not going to play this whole video because this video is way too long. But this video here, if you haven't seen it, Al Bielek foretold to me 9/11, Iraq War, War on Terror, Axis. I wrote about this in my book, Simulation Theory. I put this video on my channel back in 2014, September 25th, 2014. So this is 4 years old. But I'm talking about a conversation I had in 2001. And what Al Bielek told me on the phone was that the aliens were going to invade the Earth in the year 2005, but the U.S. Space Forces defeats them. And as crazy as that sounds, you might think, well, that never happened. Ask around, man. The U.S. Space Forces versus the aliens in 2005. I don't know. I mean, they could just be pulling my leg. They may be told to say wacky things. And I've also talked to other people that also talk to people. I don't even think there's an outer space. I don't know if aliens exist anymore, but this is all stuff that you just collect and you store it in your mind. The average person can't balance more than one reality. I have about 10, 15, 20, 100 different realities bouncing around in my head. And it's okay because I remember choosing my life in another dimension. So everything I hear human beings talk about, if it's not talking about where they came from before they came to Earth, I know they're guessing. Unless they have meditated and found the Book of Thoth or whatever. So whatever. Hey, just know me, Jonathan Lippy, I put these videos out. If you ever see me make a video and it's like, what is he talking about? Just wait 4 or 5 years and it'll make sense. It's just, I do things before the mainstream gives permission to do it. But eventually they do. And be thrilled that Donald Trump's the president, as crazy as that may seem to you, because you've been programmed to hate him. It's not even about Donald Trump, but it is. But it isn't. And it's nothing that's been on television. May the force be with you. Make America great again. Here's to the whole planet Earth, all human beings. Oh, yeah. You could actually have all these thoughts at the same time. Anyway, see you in the next video. Hey, and you know what? Go look at some of my old videos and predict which one will be the next one you see on television 5 years later.